What's up, guys? Garrett here again. Today I wanted to go over Sellerboard. Yesterday's video, I told you that I'm going back to a job, which I did get hired today, and got a haircut for the interviews. um, but I just wanted to go over Sellerboard to kind of explain, why I decided that I wasn't gonna make enough money, even though sales will uptick in August and all the way up to December. I still believe that I need to supplement the pay, and Sellerboard is the best way to do that. So I'm gonna show you how to read Sellerboard. So let's hop into it. So Sellerboard, I'm not gonna lie, is a little time intensive when it comes to book selling. So this is how I do it. If you guys are watching this and you do it differently, please comment down below. I would love to learn an easier way to do this. But the way I do it is every time I get a sale on here, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I hop on here and see how this is zero. The COGS says zero. Well, I have the price of it right here at 12.11, except for my prep center does not. Which you just have to click in there and then see what you priced it at, or click on your spreadsheet that you're keeping track of and find it that way. It's time consuming because every time I make a sale, I have to come in here and press this cogs, and I have to type in 12.11. I'm not going to do it right now because if I do that, then I need to go fully, tracking everything, because every time I come in here and put the cogs in, I'll go to the listing itself, track it for whatever price that I think is necessary to try to get 100%, and then I'll also update my spreadsheet just telling me that I sold it, and yada yada yada. Because you always want to track it. If you sold it before, track it, and then try to track your sales. And this is the best way I've found to do it. Like you can see today, I sold 3 of these actually. You can tell that textbook season's ramping up. It's July 16th. I sold 3 of these today, which is awesome. But I'll have to put in the cogs and everything for that. Anyways, so this is my first deal that I look at every day. I do today, yesterday, month to date, and then last month. I don't really care about last month. Don't really like to compare it, but I love to see where the month's at. But you can click on here, and you can kind of see all the percentages that you're breaking down to. Like for this month so far, halfway done with the month, I'm at 25% margin, which is really good. Like if you're selling new products, that's unheard of. You know what I'm saying? Selling used products, it's a little better, and doing it online arbitrage, books, medias, and stuff, it's going to be a little higher. And then if you're doing like thrifting, this is going to be a lot higher. You'd be way up there. But that's the kind of the number you want to pay attention to. ROI is awesome. Like, do keep track of that every time you buy something. But whenever you're looking at revenue, it's margin you want to check out. The reason being is because margin pretty much takes your revenue number and takes it and compares it, or I guess divides it by what you spent. So you're going to be able to see, like I said in the other video, revenue doesn't matter. What matters is what you're getting from it. And that being said, month to month, that's awesome to check out. You could see last month really didn't do good at all, was doing really bad. June was not a great month for me. And then this month I'm already set to pretty much beat it. But anyways, what it shows you up front, you can see how many units you got. You can see your payout, what's going to get deposited into your bank account. And then the net profit right here is what's all the expenses. All of your expenses are going to come out of it. And I'll show you the expense tab, kind of give you a lowdown of that. But you're going to input all of your expenses for every month that you do to run your business. And once you've taken that out, it ends up being this. You take out the COGS, you take out the expenses, everything, you end up with the net profit. So what made me think about this, which was really cool thing about Sellerboard, I honestly wasn't even looking at this. I really should have. To make any type of decision, I guess, for a long term, always go back to you're going to go to period, go to custom range. I click today's date, and I went all the way to January 1st, and I'm going to filter it. So now it's going to show me my year, and this is what made me say like, oh, I'm not doing as good as I thought. Because you see this number right here, $51,000 in sales. Like, in my last job, I was making $36,000 a year. And so I saw this number, or I didn't see this number exactly, but a year ago when I was looking at these numbers, I was thinking like, man, I'm doing great. I've got estimated payout of $32,000. That's almost beating what I have, but it's not. You just really got to look into it. So I am right now at 25% margins for the year. So this right here is what I'm actually profiting. It's not as pretty as this 32 number. 32,000 number is not as pretty. And on top of that, you can't focus on revenue. You got to focus on your profits, and then you got to focus on, out of the profits, what are you taking home? Because for me right now, I do the profit first method, which I might make another video on that, just explaining what that is. I've brought it up twice now, but I use the profit first method. So I'm paying myself right now 10% every 2 weeks, and then 10% every 3 months. And that's what I'm paying myself, about 20% of everything. So I can take, 10%. I just, what is that? It's like, it's $1,324 as 10%, and then another 10%, $1,324. So about 2,600. What was that? 48. I'm trying to do math in my head right now. I don't think that's right, but it's around that number. So for the whole entire year, I've paid myself like $2,000. That's not enough to sustain yourself. That's just not. It's not gonna happen. So that's what. Sorry, got my throat all messed up. That's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna sustain you. You're not gonna be doing that. So what I really thought about was, man, I need this number. If I'm going off of revenue and I got 25% margins, I need to, I didn't do the math, so I'm not going to even try right now, but I need a lot more than 51,000 if I'm going to survive off of, 25% margin profits. And then on top of that, 20% paying myself. With the profit first method, you do want to increase it, how much you pay yourself, gradually. But right now my business isn't sustaining itself with the 20%. So I'm almost even thinking about reducing it. I don't know. We'll see. But that right there is what made me really question whether or not I can do this full time. Is this number compared to this number compared to paying myself 20% of this number right here. You really got to think about those things. So you can also filter it through however you want with any of these. I'd always just do the this month and last month, today and yesterday. When I'm doing like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do put this up because, like, say let's do a hypothetical. Today is Wednesday, and then Tuesday, Monday. Say Monday, I went through and I don't have very many on Monday, but I went through and I put in the cogs, tracked everything, put everything in, and then when I went to bed at like 11 o'clock at night, I got a sale. And you'll be able to see this right here where you got like another sale and it's zeroed out. So you always want to check back on the 3 days ago if you're gonna do my way. If you want to do it every day, that's probably best, just because you'll see the most up-to-date numbers. Like I'm not seeing the most up-to-date number on my month to date right now because today's Prime Day. Happy Prime Day. And as you can see, my estimated payout is the same as my net profit, and that's not right, because I haven't put in cogs. I haven't had any expenses come out today, so like that's one reason too. But also I haven't put in any of the cogs yet. Jeez, Sorry. Anyways, I got it. So it's not completely accurate. It's probably, we're probably getting maybe $100 or something close to it, because I know I spent like up there with this book, not like 20 something, and then this book was up there as well. So I know that this number isn't completely correct. I have to update it, and today's Tuesday, so I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, you can proactively, like every time you list a product, you can come in here and update your cogs. That is, what some people do, I think. I just kind of wait till I get a sale and then update it from there. But this is another thing. So say I'm just running into this issue where, say this, I don't know, we'll do Planet of the Apes. Well, no, that's FBM. This one right, gosh darn it, this one right here. Let's see. If you say like you have 5 of these books, you sold one, you're like, awesome, I've made 120% of my profit, or 120% ROI. So I can actually buy this book, a couple dollars more expensive than when I bought it previously, and still get 100% ROI. And so you start doing that, you track it, you buy it for $2 or $3 more. So now your cogs is different. So if you change cogs right here, or on the first page, if you change it right here, and you've sold it in the past, you're going to change all of those numbers in the past. It's going to change them all. So don't, if you have several of them and they're all different pricings, don't do that. Come into the products tab, come over here and change by period. So this one, you're going to choose, well, I thought maybe it's add. Is that it? Oh no, add new period. Sorry, I haven't done this a whole lot. But you're gonna choose what date you want it to start, and then you'll change. Oh wait, right here. You'll choose what date you want it to start from, and you'll add the price that you bought it. That way, you have this date's price, and then the date that you're starting the next one, you'll have this date's price. And you do have to do that every single time if you want to keep track of your numbers. If you've only sold it once and you're never going to sell it again, then you don't have to worry about that. But that is how you kind of keep track of that. Expenses. This one is importante. You need to make sure that you're tracking everything. Expenses is what's going to make or break your business by far. I have recently added a prep center to my expenses deal, so it's going to be a little higher. You can kind of see where I was at. So if we go back to February, I only had 310 in expenses, and that's including this right here is like what is that called? Gosh darn it, supply, or not supply. Anyways, I got shelving. So I put that in here when I bought shelving, and then I got all my monthly expenses. And you can set these monthly ones if you know it's going to happen every month. Whenever you add it, you can just add right here, or you can add at the bottom. Whenever you can add it, either do monthly, weekly, however often it charges you. You can do it one time, yada yada. But you can see that I was really locked into my expenses. And then I put in, like, every time I did a pirate ship, all my monthly expenses, seller rent, pirate ship, Be Cool, did all of that. In Amazon Mexico, if you don't get a sale, they'll charge you. And then you can see bubble wrap. Supplies. That's the word I was looking for, supplies. Yeah, I got, you put all that stuff in here if you're doing it. And you can see that $295, around the $300 mark is where I was at 6 months ago. And then now it's like $562. I did $502. It's increasing because I'm getting Central Virginia Prep charges me every week. And this month, this month I got charged, twice already. And then this month I got charged twice, but I didn't get charged any more than that, and I'm going to get charged more here. Anyways, that's how you add your expenses and everything. And honestly, I don't really mess with anything else. I'm sure I should, probably should, but I just don't. LTV, I really don't know what that is. Cash flow, I'm sure it's, oh, it's just charts to keep track of where you're at. Um, I don't really understand how that works, but really the only thing you really need to do is just keep track of everything. Come in here and do that. This is one thing that you can give to your accountant and or tax person at the end of the year and say these were my numbers type of thing, if you're really keeping track of it good. But in all, Sellerboard is the main thing that you're going to be doing to make decisions about your business. So it is very important to keep it up to date and everything, because it's what tells you if you've made money or not. And I feel as if that's important. You don't want to make a decision on $100 decision a month whenever you're barely making what you have to cover the expenses that you have. It's just common sense, I know, but wasn't common sense to me a year ago. I was just like, well, I'm got deposited $2,000. I'm balling, and I know my business can handle it and all that. But really, you need to break it down. Break down what that $2,000. If you got deposited $2,000, how much of that was profit, and then how much of that profit can you allocate places? You are getting more money deposited than what is profit because you're getting your cogs back. So you want to kind of figure out what your cogs are and maybe put that all the cogs back in to your business. You kind of have to figure it out. What I've learned is that the money thing is it's more of an art than it is in science. I'm sure there are science, ways to handle things, but every business is different, and you're not going to be able to understand it until you kind of jump in and learn like I did. You kind of have to take your licks a little bit and kind of learn that there's a difference between revenue and profits. But anyways, I believe I have a link in the description. I'm gonna go see if I can find that. But if you want to check that out, that'd be awesome. But other than that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later, guys.